What's good, BF fam? This is Big Tone coming at you from Big Tone Productions, Beats and Feasts. Hey guys, it's Friday and you know what time that is. It's time for another cooking video. Today we're going to do a widely requested video. We're going to do a New Orleans favorite, gumbo. But before I get started, you know how I get down. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications so you know when we post another video. By the way, that's every Friday. But hey guys, let's get started with some gumbo. Alright guys, as I always do, I'm going ahead and get started with the supporting cast. So, we're going to start here. This is not EVO, this is just regular cooking oil. I just happen to put it in this bottle. Then we got some bay leaves here. We got our black pepper. And this is just some parsley flakes. And then we got our Old Bay seasoning. And then I have just regular sea salt, or you know how I get down. You know, it's the pink Himalayan sea salt. And I got black peppercorn on top. And then this is our Louisiana Cajun seasoning. And then here comes some garlic. We got to have our garlic in here, and then some chicken stock. Now for the main ingredients of this, we got our mirepoix. So we got some bell pepper, some onion, and I have some red pepper as well. And then I got my celery over here. So, and then we got our chicken. And then we got our andouille sausage. And this is some shrimp. So we got shrimp, chicken, and andouille sausage gumbo, and you gotta have your mirepoix. And then I'm also gonna put some tomatoes in this. This is just some rotel tomatoes from a can. I just put them in this container. And then of course we gotta make our roux. And the roux, if you don't know, is nothing more than just fat and the flour. So we're gonna get started on this this gumbo. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sear off the meat. Okay, guys. So I'm going to use my power pressure cooker today. And you guys, just recently I became an Amazon affiliate. So you can go to Amazon, pick this up. I'm going to have the link in the description. You can pick up the power pressure cooker. There's 3 different sizes, 6 quart, 8 quart, and 10 quart. This is the 8 quart. But go pick that up, guys. The first thing we're going to do is sear off the meat, or brown the meat. So my andouille sausage and my chicken are the 2 proteins that I'm going to be searing off in the pressure cooker. So if you guys didn't know, you can pretty much use this in any mode and sear. But what I like to do is hit the meat chicken button, increment it to high, and then bring it down to 15 minutes. It's going to get hot. I'm going to add my vegetable oil. Like I said, this is vegetable oil. I just happen to put it in an olive oil container. So we're going to add a little bit in here. And we're going to let this get hot, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and pour in my andouille sausage. And I think I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches because you don't want it to get crowded in here. Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches here. But that's going to get hot. And we're going to sear that down. Then I'll do my other batch here, guys. But if you guys have not had andouille sausage, it's got some kick to it, so it's not like your regular old kielbasa, or kielbasa, or however they pronounce it. It's not like your regular smoked sausage, so you gotta be careful with this. It's got a little kick, a little spice to it. So we'll let this get hot. We'll sear it down. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys. As you can see, I've got my andouille sausage here. I've done 1 batch, nicely browned up here, and now I'm doing my second batch here. We're gonna let that brown off here. And it's going to get nice and toasty there. So I'm going to leave that alone for a second. I'm going to set this aside over here. And the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to prep my chicken for browning as well. So with this one, we're going to add my Louisiana Cajun seasoning here. So we got a nice little coating on the top. I'm gonna mix this around a little bit. We're gonna coat it some more here. Don't be afraid to season, guys. That's what's gonna set your food apart, okay? And we're gonna put a little bit more in. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this, okay? Some little pink Himalayan sea salt never hurt. And I'm going to use my regular pepper. Oh, I knocked it over. And then I got my regular pepper in here. We'll stir this up. Stir this up. Had to start my pressure cooker because it kind of started going into like it was building pressure. So I started that over, guys, just to sear the rest of that off. All right, guys, so what I have here, if you can see, I have my chicken seasoned up. And we're gonna put this in the power pressure cooker. I'll be right back and I'll show you that, okay? I'm taking my second batch of andouille sausage out of here. So I'm gonna take this out, put it in my little holding tray or container here with the other batch. This is about 1.5 pounds of andouille, okay? I didn't use all that I bought, but this is definitely enough. All right, so we got that as an empty pan here. So now we're gonna put in my chicken. All right, you can hear it searing there. So we're gonna sear off the chicken. Let me restart my pressure cooker here. So we're gonna sear the chicken off that's already been seasoned with my Louisiana Cajun seasoning, and I put some just salt and pepper in it as well. So we're gonna let that sear off. He called me. I'm sorry, guys. I was drinking my green smoothie. Hey, guys, by the way, if you want to feel better, go over to jjsmith.com. She does a green smoothie. It's a 10-day green smoothie. It's wonderful. This is my 3rd day. I think this is my 3rd or 4th day. I feel so much better just on my 3rd or 4th day. But go check it out, jjsmith.com. And by the way, you can check that out on Instagram, or not Instagram, I'm sorry. You can check that out on Amazon.com. I sell her book there, so go check that out as well. All that will be in the description below. But let's get this chicken out, guys. All right. So we got the chicken cooking off here, searing away. So I'm going to pull this out, put it in my little holding container with my sausage. As you can see, the little power pressure cooker is cooking away, isn't it? Go pick one up, Amazon.com. bigtonereviews.com. It'll be up in probably a couple weeks. You can check it out and you can purchase it there. Actually, you know, it might be out now. So it might be out in a few days. So go check that out. All right, guys, let me turn off my pressure cooker, or turn it down anyway. So we got my meat seared off here, and we got my meat and my chicken seared off. I can't talk today. But in any case, so we got that done. It's all seared off in the pan. Let me show it to you guys. Look at that. Ooh, this gumbo is gonna be good. So the next part of this is probably the most important part of the whole process. This is gonna be the roux. The roux, if you don't know, is nothing more than, it's really a thickening agent and also a flavoring agent. But it's nothing more than just fat, and it's also just your, fat and flour is basically all it is. So what we're gonna do is we got my vegetable oil here, and then we have just AP flour, all-purpose flour. 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of vegetable oil. So we're gonna do 2 cups of vegetable oil here. I'm gonna add it to my power pressure cooker. We need to get that hot right away. So I'm gonna increment that to high again, and we're gonna let it go ahead and start trying to build pressure, or sear mode, I should say. That's 1 cup. It's gonna use all my vegetable oil, isn't it? That's all right. I was right on the money. 2 cups. So it's 2 cups of vegetable oil. We're gonna let that get hot. It's important that it gets very hot. While we're waiting on that, a little bit about roux. Roux has a lot of different stages that it goes through. We're gonna try to get this to like a chocolate brown flavor, or I should say color. It's gonna be more like a peanut butter, a little bit maybe. I'm gonna try to get a little darker than peanut butter color, but the darker your roux is, the less thickening agent that it has to it. It's got more flavoring than at that point. So we don't want to go too dark, we don't want to go too light. but we're gonna definitely try to get this to right about a peanut butter, or maybe just a tad bit darker than a peanut butter color. So next we're gonna add our AP flour, but we gotta get this hot. It's important that it gets hot because you don't want it to lump up. And it's really hot now, so I'm gonna add in my AP flour. I'm gonna add a little bit in at a time. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna whisk. All right, there we go, guys. You gotta continuously stir. Continuously stir. You don't want any lumps in this. And now once I've gotten it in there and I've stirred it up, I'm gonna take my whisk out and I'm gonna stir it up with a spoon here and try to get some of the nice bits of goodness off the bottom here. You gotta continuously stir this, guys. You can't take your eyes off of it. If you do, it's gonna burn. And the longer you do this, like I said, the least amount of thickening power it has, but you're gonna get all those goodnesses off the bottom, and it's gonna be very, very, very flavorful. As you can see, my roux has turned a nice peanut butter color. It's been about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and I've been stirring the whole time. So the only thing that I did not do, guys, or the only thing that I did that you may not have caught, or you may not have caught because you are on a restroom break or something. The only thing that I did was I added a little bit of Louisiana cayenne, or Louisiana seasoning to it. So as you can see, my roux is coming to a nice peanut butter, a little darker than peanut butter now. But at this point, all we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn off my pressure cooker. And at this point, all we're gonna do is I'm gonna add in my Mirepoix, or my Holy Trinity, which is my celery. Add that in. And then I'm gonna add in my bell pepper, onion, and, well, my green pepper, red pepper, and onions here. We're gonna add those in. I like a lot of vegetables in it, so that's why you see that much. So we're gonna give that a stir. And we're gonna let that cook. I'm gonna turn it on here and let it cook down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of my chicken stock, just to give it some moisture in there. And we're gonna stir that up until those sweat down, so everything starts to get a little bit translucent, especially the onions. The only other thing I'm gonna add right now at this point is I'm gonna add 2 big heaping tablespoons of garlic. This is just regular minced garlic, guys. So 2 heaping tablespoons of that, stir it up. And we're gonna let that cook. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more chicken stock, guys. Just give it a little bit more liquid. As you can see, we're gonna, yeah, that's a little looser there. So then I'm gonna put this on high. Let's stop it. I'm gonna put it on high. We're gonna let it get hot, and I'm gonna cook those down, and I'll be back here about 2-3 minutes. I'll be right back, okay guys? All right guys, so I'm back here. As you can see, my vegetables are getting nicely transluted. I put a little bit more stock in there. So the next thing I'm gonna add, I'm just gonna simply add my tomatoes in here. And I drain these tomatoes ahead of time, guys, so there's no liquid, it's just the tomatoes. So let me stir that up. And I'm gonna add it in some more chicken stock here. That roux was really getting it thick, as you can see. Put in just a tad bit more. I'm actually going to put in the rest of this container. And then we're going to add our meat, and we're going to add our seasonings back to some more seasonings to this. So as you can see, the hardest part was the roux. So that's the most time-consuming part, and it's probably, you know, you have to concentrate on that because you can't take your eyes off of it. So now we're just going to add our meats back here. Chicken and the andouilles in there. We're going to stir that up. You can see how thick that roux gets it already, okay guys? So we're stirring that up. Got my vegetables in there. So now we're going to add to this, we're going to add 3 or 4 bay leaves here. If I can get them out. There's 2. I'm gonna add 3. And then we're gonna absolutely add some more pepper. We're gonna add a little bit more Cajun seasoning. And we're gonna add some salt to it, guys. My pink Himalayan sea salt. Don't forget to take the bay leaves out before you serve it, guys. So we're gonna stir that up. Then the last thing we're gonna add to this before we lock the lid down is we're gonna add 1 more container of chicken stock. May not be the whole thing, but it's going to be very close. Let me stir that up. Oh my God, it's looking good, guys. It's looking good. So most of you guys are probably saying I forgot about the shrimp. No, shrimp only takes about 5 minutes to cook, if that. So I'm gonna put the shrimp in just a tad bit later, but I'm gonna put the lid on this and lock it down for about 10 minutes. That's what I'm gonna do now, guys. So very simple. Always check your seal, pull it up so it gets a nice seal. Put the lid on, line the arrow up with the line, and I am going to put this on high pressure or high. It's going to be on high, and then I'm going to increment it down to 15 minutes. I'll be back in about 10. But through the power of YouTube, I'll be back in about 30 seconds, guys. All right, guys, so we're back here. It's been about 15 minutes or so, and it's wonderful. Look how thick that roux made it. Oh, it's beautiful. I love my gumbo thick. So the last step of what we're going to do here is I've already seasoned up my shrimp here. I just used the largest shrimp that I could find in the bags. These were actually pre-cooked frozen shrimp. And then I added some Old Bay seasoning to it. If you guys haven't had Old Bay on seafood, it's the best, but you can put it on anything. You can put it on meat, put it on chicken, whatever you like. But we're going to add that to here, and we're going to put it on for about another 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long for shrimp to cook, so we don't want to overcook it. We're going to stir that up. And I'm going to continue to add, I'm going to add the rest of my chicken stock here just to thin it out just a little bit here, okay guys? Just a moment, let's add that to it. Oh my God, that's looking good. Put the rest of it in there. I'm not even going to use that little bit for anything else, so I might as well throw it in here. Oh my God, look at that gumbo, guys. Now this is taking about an hour after everything's said and done. So you know how much quicker that is by setting it and letting it cook for 6-8 hours, in a regular pot. But all we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the lid on. Remember, guys, always pull your seal out so you get a nice seal on it. I'm gonna put the lid back on, and excuse me, I'm gonna lock it down by lining the arrow and the line up. Make sure it's good and tight. And again, we're gonna hit the meat chicken button, increment it to high, and I'm gonna bring that to 15 minutes. But through the power of YouTube, I'm gonna be back in a few seconds, but I'm really gonna put it on for about 5 minutes. All right, guys, we'll be right back. It's only been an hour or so. I mean, you compare that to having to sit there and wait for some gumbo in the pot. I mean, the power pressure cooker was great. Guys, this is another perfection in the bowl. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, just look at it. So, after I went ahead and put the shrimp in, it only took about 5 minutes. But guys, you gotta try this for your family. It's awesome. I'm gonna take a little taste of it, guys. I served it with some rice as normal, some white rice. I'm gonna get a little bite of everything here. I'm gonna get 2 bites. I can do my little Andrew Zimmerman if you want, or Zimmer, however he pronounces it. But this is wonderful. Got a little bite of shrimp in here. You gotta try it, guys. I'm not gonna talk with my mouth full. Wonderful. Hey guys, if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and be on the lookout for my other 3 websites. First one, Big Tone Productions. It'll be up in a few weeks. Also, my second one, which is already up, Beats and Feasts. Go get it, guys. Beats and Feasts. Make sure you fill out the comment section so you know exactly when a video is going to show up on that page. Also, Big Tone Reviews. That's going to be a little bit later, but be on the lookout for it. You can buy a power pressure cooker. You can buy knife sets. You can buy anything that has to do with kitchen, or you can also buy anything that has to do with electronics. And if you guys are musicians, producers, that type of thing, you can check out some of my musical equipment that you can buy as well. Everything comes from Amazon, so you know it's tested and proved. Hey guys, thanks for viewing. Until later, Big Tone signing off. Peace.